Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin bubble news channel. Don't you think the future is digital? A race is going on to own online. So countries are made up of land that can be used to make things, and they are protected by firepower, naval power, air power, nuclear power, and digital power. The digital power of Bitcoin. But there was that sell-off early in the week, Michael. I'm just interested in what you think that meant. What was going on? Would that just mean that buyers think of Bitcoin as a very risky asset? What were the calls for? What did you think was going on? Really, Bitcoin is the only capital market that works all over the world. When you think about how volatile it is, you can see that it's the price you pay to have access to billions of dollars in credit and cash at all times and for everyone. Every other stock market is closed on Sunday night because of this. Bitcoin is the only real money market that works right now. You could see that it works really well over the past week. In fact, that's what makes the asset class work so well. The head of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, talks about why buyers might never get another chance to buy Bitcoin for such a low price. Saylor talked about the unique energy that Bitcoin has as a digital product in a recent interview with Yahoo Finance. Even though crypto prices have dropped recently, he still thinks that government currency is dead money. He compares it to the different kinds of money people have used in the past, like shells, metals, silver, and tobacco. Saylor says that Bitcoin is the change that is needed to make money safe in the modern world. Saylor tells investors to look past the current market downturn and stresses that the future will be digital and that Bitcoin and other digital assets will be the most popular form of cash. He is sure that Bitcoin's value will keep going up. At the 2024 Bitcoin conference in Nashville, he spoke strongly about this belief. Saylor made news at this event when he boldly said that Bitcoin would start at $3 million and could reach a high point of $49 million by 2045. Key people like President Donald Trump, Republican presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Senator Cynthia Lummis spoke at the meeting, which was a turning point for Bitcoin. Each of these powerful leaders gave strong talks in which they reaffirmed their support for Bitcoin and showed how it is becoming more and more important in politics and in everyday life. Saylor also said that institutional usage is speeding up, which means that more businesses and banks are realizing that Bitcoin could be used as a backup currency. As rules become clearer and more countries look into how to use digital currencies in their own economies, Bitcoin's role as a global reserve asset becomes more likely. He went into more detail about the technological advances and new ideas that have come up around Bitcoin, like the Lightning Network, which makes transactions faster and easier to scale, which makes Bitcoin more useful for daily use. Saylor thinks that these changes will not only make more people use Bitcoin, but they will also make it even more clear that it will be the basis of the future banking system. Saylor's dream of a world where Bitcoin is the best way to keep value is becoming more popular as governments around the world deal with mounting economic problems and questions about the long-term viability of fiat currencies rise. As technology improves and backing from governments and institutions grows, the case for Bitcoin becoming a good investment becomes even stronger. Adding to Saylor's positive prediction about its future value, Saylor sees Bitcoin as more than just a way to make money. It is a force that can change everything about the world economy. Support from well-known people and the fact that institutions are still using Bitcoin only makes him more sure that he will soon no longer be able to buy it at the current price. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post alerts so you can see more videos like this as we bring them to you. Add your ideas, comments, and observations to the conversation by writing them in the box below. Everything you do is good for the YouTube system and helps the channel grow a lot. Thanks and have fun with the movie. Being volatile means you have a lot of energy. Things like rivers, mountains, fires, and windstorms can change quickly. They have a huge amount of power. It is scary to be at Niagara Falls. If you want to play in the pool, 5,000 people have died in Niagara Falls over the last 100 years while doing it. It does, however, make 5 GW of power. 7 million horsepower. That's 33 million people doing their best. As an engineer, you want the instability if you want to use the energy. And it's scary for tourists who are playing in the water or taking selfies. No one who knows about Bitcoin is scared of how volatile it is. Everyone in the world should know that Bitcoin is digital money. The world's capital markets are changing quickly, and traditional finance only works 19% of the time for 10% of the world. That only makes it a 2% answer. Bitcoin is the only answer. Don't you think the future is digital? A race is going on to own online. As a result, countries are built on land that can be used to make things, and they are protected by firepower, naval power, air power, nuclear power, and digital power. The digital power of Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin you want. It's your dream to own the internet. There are many types of power that you want. Some of them are nuclear, air, and space. Spending money on it is smart. It's the same as buying Alaska or the Louisiana Purchase. And it's also very important for national defense. For any country, state, political party, or politician, I think it's a good idea to have digital assets and digital wealth. It will play a part in the polls in November. There's no doubt. I believe Bitcoin is digital money. Am I right? The world is going to change. Changes are happening in business that are being made digital. It's clear to everyone on Wall Street. It's clear to everyone on Capitol Hill. Everyone on Main Street knows what it means. It's like fire, electricity, or the net. It's hard for me to picture a country, state, business, government, or even a family being successful without using technology. To begin, the value of Bitcoin has been rising at a rate of 55% per year for the past 4 years. Bonds lose 5% of their value every year. The SP is going up in value by about 13% a year. I find it strange that people would rather have a 20% R with a 20% vol than a 55 vol R. However, it's clear that you desire the 50% return rather than the 20% return. It will be more volatile if you want to accept the future and digital transformation. Performance will be better, but that's the way things will be in the future. Because I know we're going to win, I don't get mad. Bitcoin is doing well. Any person who can draw the thing can see that there is a right answer and a wrong answer. Every time we buy something, we buy every 3 months. We want to buy the lows, the mids, and the highs. I'll keep buying the top, because I think Bitcoin will keep going up in value as a form of digital currency. People are going to sell their physical real estate and financial capital and put their money into digital capital. This will be a trend for a very long time. A few weeks ago, Michael Saylor was asked by CNBC about his thoughts on Bitcoin. He made a strong comparison to the U.S. government's buying of Louisiana and Alaska, which were both big investments. The United States bought 828,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi River on April 30, 1803, for $15 million, or about 4 cents an acre. This made the country twice as big and helped it grow westward. In the same way, on May 28, 1867, President Andrew Johnson signed the deal to buy Alaska. On October 18, 1867, Alaska became a part of the United States. Russia was no longer in North America after this move, and the U.S. now has access to the northern Pacific Rim. These investments have turned out to be very important for the U.S. even now. Saylor thinks that Bitcoin is a similar product that will become very valuable over the next 100 years. Let's learn more about Michael Saylor's ideas about why he thinks Bitcoin will be a good long-term investment. I believe that Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville a few weeks ago was a major turning point for the cryptocurrency. In the crowd were candidates for president, governors, senators, House members, CEOs, and investors worth billions of dollars. Senator Lummis introduced a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. This is the time for us to buy in Louisiana.